Hello students, let us continue chapter 4 supply. Supply function 4.5 supply function is not included in the syllabus. So we will see further 4.6. 4.6 law of supply. As you have studied law of demand, what you have studied in law of demand? That price rises, then demand decreases. Similarly, price decreases, demand increases. This thing you have studied in law of demand. Now you are going to see law of supply, in which price rises, supply also rises. If price falls, supply also falls. Means total direct relationship between price and supply. So in law of supply we will see that when the price increases, supply also increases, that is expands. And when price decreases, then supply also decreases. So we can say there is a positive relationship between price and supply. For that purpose, we have to assume. In assumptions, there are several factors. If we are saying that the price rises and supply also increases according to it, so we have to assume certain things. So what are the assumptions? Under assumptions, we will see that factors of production, that is land, it remains constant. Under second assumption, we will see that the technology also remains constant. Third assumption, competition also remains constant. Fourth assumption, that future prices, that we should not expect, there is no expectation for the future prices, that future prices are also constant. And other factors like government policy, transportation policy, natural factors, all these factors remain constant. So these are the assumptions of law of supply. When these assumptions are right, are constant, then only we can say that the price rises, then supply also rises, price decreases, then supply also decreases. Now we will see the schedule. So this box, it is known as schedule, where prices of apples are shown and supply of apples are shown. When prices of apple is 50, supply becomes 200. When prices increases from 50 to 60, supply also increases. Like that only, as we can see, the prices are increasing, the supply of apples are also increasing, because the seller will get more profit. So here see, when the price is 50, supply is 200. When the price is 60, supply is 400. When price is 70, supply is 600. When price is 80, supply is 800. When price is 90, supply is 1000. So in this way, the supply curve is made. So in this we have seen. Now what is relationship between price and supply? If a question is asked, what is the relation of price and supply, then we should say that there is a positive relationship between price and supply. There is positive relationship between price and supply, because seller wanted to get more profit. So when the prices of the commodity is more, then only the supply will be more. And never the seller is ready to sell at low price. Whenever there is a low price, then he will keep that product in the stock. Now change in supply. Change in supply is two types. One is expansion and contraction of supply. Another is increase and decrease in supply. What is expansion and contraction of supply? So in this you will see, in expansion and contraction of supply, other things should be remain constant. As I shown you, that cost of production should remain same, number of sellers should remain same, level of technology should be same, and government policies. When these factors remain same, then only we can say that when price rises, supply expands. When price rises, supply expands. And when price decreases, supply contracts. So this is the policy of expansion and contraction of supply. According to this schedule, we can understand, see the schedule, the same. When the prices are increasing 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, like that only the supply of apples are also increasing 200, 400, 600, 800. So this thing is located over this graph. You can see prices are shown here, supply is shown over here, and after this figures are located, we get a curve that is SS. It is known as a supply curve. Now see, when the prices are rising, this area is of increase in price and this area is of decrease in price. You can see here, see the prices are less and here the prices are more. So whenever there is an increase in the price, then there is an expansion of demand. See the curve also, you can, this is known as more. When the price rises, there is expansion, and when price decreases, there is a contraction of demand, contraction of supply. So I have explained the same thing. Now increase and decrease, change in supplies of two types I told you. So one is expansion and contraction, another is a increase and decrease in the supply of factors. See here what happened, we have seen in expansion and contraction that other things are remaining constant, but now here we will see that cost of production, which was constant over there, now it is false. Prices falls, technology there is a change, government policies there are change. If all these factors are changing, then there will be increase and decrease in supply. When all these factors are remaining constant, then there will be expansion and contraction in supply. And when all these factors are not changing, they are variable, then we can see that there is an increase and decrease in supply. See what happened. When there is an increase and decrease in supply, so when cost of production rises, factors of production rises, technology is expensive, suppliers decreases, government policies changes, if these all are not constant, means there is an increase and decrease in supply. So this is a table where we can see that prices are shown here, prices are same, that is 20 20 20 all where other factors are changing here. So at that time what will happen, the demand curve, it will, when there is an increase in supply, the demand curve will rise this side, and when there is a decrease in supply, the demand curve is rising this side. Means price is constant, price is constant. Due to the other factors, there is an increase and decrease in supply. So when that things happens, if government policy is not favorable, if production is not good, if technology is not good, so at that time what happened, there is an increase and decrease in supply. Same thing is shown over here. Now we will see the exceptions. Exceptions means which things are not applied for law of supply, under which criteria the law of supply changes. At that time we cannot say that the price is more and supply is more. This law, when it does not work, that is known as exception. So first thing is in the rare goods. Rare goods means ancient coins, ancient idols, original manuscript, old books, very like Gandhiji's specs. These are things are very ancient thing. It supplies not more, na? It supplies that much only. So here we cannot say that the prices, and we cannot talk about price over here. Here the law of the supply will not applicable, because its supply cannot be increased. That is rare goods. Second, perishable goods. Under perishable goods, what happened, like milk product, vegetables, meat, fish, fruits, flowers, these are the things you cannot store for long time. If the prices of these things will rise in future, you cannot store it. Okay, so here the law of supply cannot be applicable to the perishable goods like vegetable, meat, eggs. You cannot store it and wait for that the prices of the things will increase. Next, price determination. Price determination explains the process of determining the stable price. So price determination is that known as a equilibrium. Person here in reality does not happen. How the price determination is done? It is this one. Here it is explained. Price determination is also known as a equilibrium. Equilibrium. According to Marshall, who has given the price, how the price is determined. How the price is determined. So price is determined due to the supply and demand curve. Price is determined due to the supply and demand curve. These are the price of commodity. So it is an imaginary schedule. This is a demand and this is a supply. When the prices are 10, when the prices are increasing, the demand is falling and supply is increasing. So this is first column is price. Another here demand is not written. We have to write over there demand. Another is demand and next one is supply. Now what happens? Here it is located. See here, demand and supply curve it is. They have got two curves. One, they have got demand curve after locationing these two things, and after we have got supply curve after locating this and this, means total three things are located over here. So on x-axis there is demand and supply, and then y-axis there is a price. After locating these points we are getting two curve. One is d, that is demand curve, another is ss and supply curve. Now where does this intersects? This is the intersection point. This is a intersection point. So after intersection point is like this. Okay, and we can see that 30 is the price determination. When is the price equal due to demand and supply curve? So answer is 30, and this is known as equilibrium price. So in short, how can you say that there is a equilibrium in price? When the demand and supply curve intersect each other. The point where there are intersecting, that is known as equilibrium price. Yeah, price determination. It is given by Marshall. Same thing I have explained over here. Thank you. The chapter is completed.